and welcome to this week's video. In this week's video I will be talking about misconceptions and stereotypes about both the Netherlands and Dutch people. For the ones who are new here, my name is Manon and I am Dutch, which makes me perfectly qualified to talk about these misconceptions. And if you are wondering what this channel is about, here you will be discovering the Netherlands beyond the crowds with a local, which is me. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe with the little notification bell so you'll exactly know when my next video is out and won't miss a single thing. So yeah, let's head into the video. Okay, the first thing that people always ask me when they know that I'm Dutch: "Oh, you smoke weed all the time. Oh, do you have some weed with you?" It's the first thing that people always ask me. And to be honest, I've never smoked weed in my entire life before. I'm simply not interested in it. It's just not my cup of tea, and that's fine. But maybe it's also because it's tolerated in the Netherlands. Not legal, it's tolerated. To 5 grams is allowed, and everything over 5 grams per person is actually not allowed. So just be aware of that. But yeah, we do not smoke weed all the time. Another thing that many people say is to go Dutch. And somehow going Dutch has this negative sound and this negative, I don't know, stigma around it. For us, splitting the bill is about equality. Very uncomfortable when someone says, "Oh, I'm paying for you because I'm the man." I'm like, no, I'm paying for my own. If someone already says like, "Oh, I'm paying for you because I'm the man," that's immediately something that I think about. Okay, next. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. It doesn't make you more of a man if you pay. For Dutch people, it often seems that when people say that, it makes us feel like we are less capable of looking after ourselves than you are. So on to the next thing. It's often said that Dutch people are rude. And you probably have noticed already kind of a pattern in my videos when it comes to being honest and saying the things the way they are. Being straightforward. So being straightforward and being direct is something that is valuable for any Dutch person. Which doesn't mean that being rude is tolerated. Because there's a difference between being direct and being rude. But when you're not from the Netherlands, I can see how if you're used to beating around the bush and not saying the things the way they are, that you might think that Dutch people are rude. But yeah, it's just a cultural difference. We are definitely direct and straightforward. And there are rude people in every country, but I don't think that the general public and the general Dutch people are rude. We are just straightforward. We say it the way it is, and if there is something that we do not like, we say it. And if something is not working, we will say, "Oh, it's not working, so let's do it this way, or we can try it this way." If it doesn't work, you just say that it doesn't work. That's all you need to know. It's efficient, it saves time. So yes, are we direct? Yes. Are we rude? No. So another thing that people often associate, well, not often, always associate with Dutch people are clogs. And do people from the Netherlands wear clogs in general? No. They were made as a protection for the feet when you were working in factories and when you were working as a farmer on the land. But do we all wear clogs? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm doing it anyway. No, we don't. Something else that people get wrong a lot of times is that they think that the Netherlands is the same as Denmark. How does that work? The Netherlands is here, Denmark is here. People from Denmark are called Danish or Danes, and the people from the Netherlands are called Dutch in English then. They speak Danish, we speak Dutch. It's called Denmark, it's called the Netherlands. I just don't see how people can confuse it. I mean, we both are neighbors of Germany. Maybe that's where the confusion comes in, or we both cycle a lot. Is that it? Countries are both quite flat. well, the Netherlands is obviously more flat than Denmark, but still. If someone knows where this confusion comes from, please tell me, because I don't know. It's weird, but no, Denmark and the Netherlands are not the same. So something else that I hear a lot is that every Dutch person drinks a lot of beer, and to be honest, generally we are quite fans of beer, so yeah, we do. We have a lot of great Dutch craft beers, but it also maybe means because it's one of the cheaper beverages in the Netherlands. Maybe that also has something to do with it. Although the local craft beer is more expensive than the big commercial brands, of course. But yeah, we drink a lot of beer. Another thing is that people think that Holland and the Netherlands is the same, which it is not. So Holland exists out of two provinces, Noord-Holland, or North Holland, where you have the capital city, which is Amsterdam, and then Zuid-Holland or South Holland, which is where you have cities such as Den Haag, The Hague, and Rotterdam. And the Netherlands has 12 provinces in total, so with saying that it's Holland, that means that the other 10 provinces do not matter. And yes, there are also a lot of Dutch people who do not care when it's Holland, and in many languages Holland is more popular to refer to than the Netherlands. But yeah, no, it's not the same. Many people also say, oh, everyone in the Netherlands is blonde, tall, has blue eyes. Now I know I'm not the best example because I'm all of that. But there are actually a lot of people who do not look like me. If you head to the north of the Netherlands, so to the area of the Kop of Noord-Holland, to the provinces of Friesland and Groningen, yeah, you'll find quite a lot of people who look like me. But there are also a lot of people that do not look like me, so no, the people of the Netherlands do not all look like me. Another interesting thing is that many people think that the area of the Bollenstreek, or Lisse and the Keukenhof, the biggest flower garden in the world, is the best place to visit for tulip fields. But in fact, it's actually not. You can see good videos about tulip fields right here, and there you can find where you can find the most Dutch tulip fields in the country, but without the tourists. Another thing that people think is that Hans Brinker is a national hero, and it's not. In fact, I've never heard of Hans Brinker. So Hans Brinker is apparently the person who saved the Netherlands putting a finger in the hole of a dike. But I've never heard of Hans Brinker until someone else said it to me, someone else who wasn't Dutch. And I was like, who the hell is Hans Brinker? No one has ever saved basically the Netherlands by putting a finger in the hole of the dike, because if it's only a little hole, it doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter, but it's not like the entire country will flood if there's a hole as small as a finger where there's water coming through. So no, Hans Brinker, not a national hero. So the Netherlands is very famous for the cheese. Obviously, I love our Dutch cheeses, I eat it every day almost. But people always think that Gouda, it's not Gouda, it's Gouda. You can say the sound by pretending like you need to spit, so and then you know it. So Gouda cheese and Edam cheese are very famous, and people think that all Gouda and Edam cheese is from the Netherlands, and in fact only when it says made in the Netherlands or made in Holland. Unfortunately, it often says that. If it's named like that, it's produced in the Netherlands. All other cheeses with the name of Gouda and Edam are produced outside of the Netherlands. People somehow seem to think that when they visit a capital city that they've seen an entire country, and I'm here to tell you that that's not the case, because Amsterdam is not a good representation for the Netherlands. In fact, it's not my favorite city. It's beautiful, but there are many more Dutch cities that are equally and even way more beautiful than Amsterdam. So no, it's not a representation for the Netherlands. If you've seen Amsterdam, it doesn't mean that you've seen it all. It would be the same as saying Washington DC is the same as the USA, or Jakarta is the same as Indonesia. It's not the way it works. Something else that annoys Dutch people more than anything is to say that Dutch and Deutsch are the same. Because you've just started a new war. So yeah, Dutch people are people from the Netherlands, and it's the English word for people for the Netherlands. Deutsch is the German word for German, and Deutsche is the German word for German people in German. If you put it together, Dutch means people from the Netherlands, German means people from Germany. This is all in English, and in their own languages, in Dutch we would say that people from the Netherlands are called Nederlanders, so it's not the same. Put it away. If you still think that Dutch and Deutsch are the same, no. That's just because you don't know the languages, and that's fine, but do not think it's the same. Unless you want a new one, which I prefer you didn't. People also seem to think that English is our first language here, somehow. I mean, we still have an accent. Everyone has an accent. Everyone all over the world has an accent, no matter which kind of language you speak. But no, we don't speak English as our first language. Our first language is Dutch, and it will stay that way. English is the second language that we learn, and then during high school we will learn German or French, German and or French. And if you have the higher education, you will also get Latin or Greek. And you can also choose from languages such as Spanish, Portuguese, Arabic, Turkish, Frisian. There are many languages that you can choose from. But yeah, so Dutch is our national language. In other parts of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, they speak Papiamento, and they also speak Dutch. This is in Aruba and Bonaire, on the island of Curaçao. English, Dutch and Papiamento are all three the first languages. On Sint Maarten, Saba and Sint Eustatius, the two official languages are both Dutch and English. Another stereotype about the Netherlands is that many people are cycling always, and it's kind of hard to debunk it because it's a fact. We do it. We cycle all the time. So yeah, bikes are basically our transportation within cities and to smaller towns. I always cycle to the train station. I often cycle to some friends. It's just comfortable and it's nice to be out in the air and to get some movement in those legs. So yeah, we do. Something that I also have heard is that Dutch people don't have any humor, which is very odd. Maybe it's the fact that sarcasm in Dutch is not the same as sarcasm in English, but we're quite okay with sarcasm. We're actually really good with it, if I say so myself. But honestly, we do have humor. Pretty good humor. So now, just because it doesn't translate to English doesn't mean that it's not funny, just because it's another language. Doesn't mean that we don't have humor. I don't know where that comes from, it's just weird, okay? Something else that I often hear is that Dutch people are cold people. I mean, if you're used to very, very open and warming and bubbly people, then I guess we're quite a lot more reserved. But that doesn't mean that we're cold people, it just means that we reserve our excitement for other people that we actually know and that we actually care about. So yeah, we kind of like to wait and see whether the person is actually worth investing in, and then we might get a bit warmer. But honestly, do not come to my house during dinner time because you're going away. Dinner time is something that you should not interrupt with. Something else that I hear a lot is that Dutch people are always on time and like we have the clock there, which is true. Honestly, sometimes I'm a bit late, but nothing that I've ever witnessed from friends from other countries. Once I was standing somewhere and I was waiting on a friend from Brazil. He probably knows that I'm talking about him. But anyway, I was waiting on him and I said, hey, you're almost here? And because we decided to, you know, meet up at a certain time. And Dutch people, when we meet up at a certain time, it means that we are there 5 minutes or 10 minutes in advance, before that time is there. Not everyone is like that, I noticed very quickly. Because I was waiting there for 45 minutes. And I was so annoyed. Oh god, I was so annoyed. And yeah, my friend was actually asking me, wait, you were here already? So long? You've been standing here so long? Yes, I have. So if you are meeting up with a Dutch person, do not be late, please. And if you are late, then just say it. Do not beat around the bush. Just say if you're a bit later. But if you are later than like half an hour because of your own fault, not because of transportation issues or something like that, nah mate, you're screwed. You're dead. So yeah, that was it for this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed some of the misconceptions and stereotypes about Dutch people. If there's anything else that you want to have debunked or want to know about stereotypes and misconceptions in the Netherlands and about Dutch people, let me know in the comments down below. I'm happy to answer them and to talk about them a bit more. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe with the little notification bell, of course, so you won't miss any of my other upcoming videos. And yeah, that was it. I will see you next week.